Hi there. I have a quick question for everybody about children. Whether or not you have children or don't have children or you know somebody that has children, this question goes out to you. I basically want to know, what time do you think is best to cut off the ties, to cut the strings, to cut the umbilical cord in a person's life? I ask this because a person I know, whose name will stay out of this matter for legal reasons, seems to think that even though he's distressed by his young adult daughter's lifestyle, who's going to be 19 here in a couple of short months, lives the free life, drugs, alcohol, parties, tattoos, piercings, you name it, no job, gets all this stuff, and expects daddy to pay her way. Now, daddy doesn't like the fact that he has to pay her way, but daddy's going to pay her way. And it's one of those things that just makes no fucking sense to me. If my child, when my children grow up, move out of the house, if they choose to party, if they choose to live the wild life, if they choose to live the life, live life to the fullest, and then pay the price tomorrow, you know what? They're going to pay the price. I'm not going to put the money down on this ticket, because what lesson did they learn if you allow them to live the free life and you pay the consequences? I mean, what lesson are they going to learn when rent is due, but they spend all their money on drugs and alcohol? What lesson are they going to learn when car insurance is due and they just got a brand new tattoo? What lesson are they going to learn when they just dyed their hair, got a new hairstyle, pierced their fucking nipples, got a brand new tattoo, and fucking bought a gram of coke, and bills are due? Are you going to be there every single time? Hey, Dad, I need to borrow $300 to pay my bills. Hey, Dad, I need to borrow $2,000 to pay my rent and the bills. Hey, Dad, I need $1,000 to get my boyfriend out of jail. Hey, Dad, I'm in jail. I need to get bailed out. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I've ran down that road. 18, 19 years old, I was in trouble with the law. Granted, I rarely ever got arrested. I got busted a couple of times on warrants, and I called up my mom for help. But it was no hundreds of dollars here and hundreds of dollars there. Yeah, I was privileged. I called up my mom and I said, "Hey, I got arrested on this stupid charge here. Can I borrow $100 for bail money?" And thankfully, graciously, and ironically on this topic, she helped me out. My lesson learned was the whole fact that one day she opened up my eyes and said, I'm no longer going to do it anymore. That and the fact that by the time I was 19, 20, I was engaged and I had a child on the way. And it's time to grow up, time to get rid of this stupid ass life of just freelance, and it's time to move on to the next chapter in life. Which, even if you have no child, even if you have no fiance, 19, 20 years old, it's time to move on to the next chapter. You're no longer in high school living the free life, living under mom and dad's roof, having no bills to pay. Which even some of us do have bills to pay in high school. But getting that out of the way, when is it enough? When do you stand up to your children and say, I'm no longer going to pay your way? When do you smack them across the face and say, wake the fuck up? You either pay your rent or you're sleeping on the streets because I'm not doing it anymore. If you can afford to get your hair dyed, if you can afford to buy your drugs, if you can afford to get a tattoo, if you can afford to get a piercing, you can afford to pay your rent. I don't know. Me personally, if you can afford to enjoy life, to enjoy the freedom of all life has to offer, you can afford to pay everything that you want. You want a car, pay the insurance. You want a place to live, pay your rent. If you want electricity, pay your bill. If you want TV, pay your bill. Don't sit there and, Daddy, Mama, my cable bill is due. I need $100. I got my nipple pierced. I can't afford it right now. I don't want to go to work. I'd rather sit on my ass and get high. Come on. Wake up, America. Stand up to our children. It's because of one jackass who said that spanking your child, smacking your kid's hand, is considered child abuse. Our children are aware of this bullshit, and they feel that if you're not going to pay their bills, that they're going to get busted. You're going to get busted for child abuse. They're 18, 19, 20. Wake the fuck up. Peace out. I'm done with this crap.